Hello subscribers, going to be starting a new live stream today, and I'm going to be playing SSI's Pool of Radiance Gold Box game. So we're playing the PC version, and this is of course Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and it's between first and second edition. You really don't know for sure, but it was kind of done. It was released about the same time the second edition was released, so it contains a lot of rules from the second edition. But I'd say overall it's more second edition than anything. And I think I need to break this copy protection. I do actually own this game and I have the wheel, but it's just to save time to prevent myself from having to sit through that. I'll just run the cracked version. Alright, so we're going to be starting from scratch here and creating a new party. Now, in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, in the older versions, certain races maxed out levels. So, humans had unlimited. They weren't limited by their race, I should say. Pool of Radiance itself does have a limit on the level you can reach, and for spellcasters you can only get up to third level spells, but the races don't really limit Pool of Radiance, but if I were to ever transfer these characters it could potentially limit them, so I'll just start with that caveat. Hey Dave, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm having a great day. How about you? So let's create our magic user, our powerful magic users first. So let's make a female magic user that's a human. And again, she'll max out, I think, at level 6. So she'll have a couple third level spells, and then that's her max. Let's make her good. And then I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to use the modify command. You do have the ability to modify your attributes. And a lot of people do that, but that's obviously cheating, and it's basically like you're using a hex editor. Now one could argue that the game offers it, so it's not technically cheating, and that's true from a certain perspective. But what's the point of rolling these dice if you can just make it whatever you want? I think the intention was more to make it like your real character. Like if you played the paper and pencil version, you could kind of recreate your character in the game. I'm waiting for 18 intelligence. Dexterity is very important too for a magic user, since they can't wear really any armor except bracers. So far, I don't think I've got a single 18 intelligence. Hey, Gabriel, long time no see. How are you doing today? Dave says he's been playing the analog Mega SG, and it's truly the best Sega you've ever bought in your whole life. Awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I missed out on Sega because I was an NES kid. But that sounds awesome. I would love to see some of those. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Man, that's great intelligence. Wisdom is useless for magic users. And strength could be useful because you do have encumbrance in this game. But that dexterity's awful. Look at his armor class. It'd be 10. So I just have to keep going. That's one better armor class. Glad you're doing well, Gabriel. Yeah, I'm doing great. Hey, Lordo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, another classic gem. Yep. We're going to be playing some Pool of Radiance here. I'm trying to get an 18 intelligence mage with, ooh, here we go. 17 dexterity. That's good. I'm going to keep this, because then his armor class is 7. And then, for those that don't know, in the older versions of AD&D like this, the lower the armor class, the better, because it actually subtracts from the other person's THAC0 or THAC0 chance to hit. Okay, so this is our female. Oh, I got to change her portrait. I don't know if I can change it now. Let me try. Oh, okay. Whew. I was like, I did not want that picture for my human female magic user. Let's find a cool magic user. That's a cool picture. Let me see what head to use. I think I'm going to use that last one actually. Oops, it went too fast. That one. Okay, we'll keep this. And then you have to do the body and weapon and change all that stuff. So we'll do this for the magic user. Then colors. She had like a dark robe on. Body. Arms. What do you guys think? Do you like this method for creating graphics where you flip through and you can toggle little pieces, or do you like preset icons where it shows them all and you just pick one? Good, glad you're doing well, Lordo. Gabriel says he was never a fan of the whole Thaco and lower armor class being better. It sounds counterintuitive. I agree. Yeah, it was always goofy. I mean, I understand the concept, and Dungeons and Dragons was obviously one of the first RPG systems, so I totally give them slack for that. But yeah, it is kind of weird. I want this to be a dark color, but not. I want it to be where you can see it. That looks pretty good. Do the same with the arms. She had brown hair, so we'll just leave it like that. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so that's our mage. Now we're going to create a cleric. Human again, because level's not limited then. Let's do lawful good. So for clerics, it's important to get wisdom, obviously, but also strength and constitution, because they will be fighting a lot in melee range. Because in this game, they don't have a staff sling, I don't believe. That started with Curse of the Azure Bonds. Gabriel says, dang, this game was the Skyrim of customization back then. Yeah, and he says he personally prefers this kind of customization. Okay, that's cool. Lordo says, too, it reminds him of Darklands. And then Gabriel says, since it's an RPG, when you're creating your character, you're all for customizing as much as you want. That's true. That's a good point. And I'm going to be playing SSI. My mouse accidentally clicked away. There we go. Okay, let's see. So we have to have 18 wisdom. So I'm going to look. We don't have to, but I definitely want that. That gives you bonus spells and stuff like that. So you know, for spellcasters, it's extremely important. So I'm going to look for 18 wisdom, and then we'll look at the other attributes. Man, it's hard to get an 18. And then we'll just hope I don't pass it up. Because you don't want to push the button too fast where you can't stop. But you don't want to go too slow because then it'd take forever to generate. I know later on, wow, that's actually very, very balanced. Look at those stats. I don't think I've ever seen that before. All 16s and a 15. Wow. That would be pretty good for certain characters, but only having 16 wisdom would hurt. Yeah, the gold is randomized. Yep, and the hit points. No, it is random, the gold. That was 17 wisdom. I haven't had a single 18 yet. Humans can have 18 on every attribute. It's just so rare, I guess. I like the Wizardry 8 approach on stats like this, where you just pick the race and profession combination you want, and then it gives you so many points. It's a fixed number of points, and then you get to choose. And then if you pick a bad combination, you actually are kind of stuck on a previous level. You can't start raising things until you level up quite a bit. I think that's a cool approach. Wow. Dexterity is actually really important for every class too, because you start getting armor class bonuses. Same with Constitution, you start getting hit point bonuses. Charisma in this game is pretty useless. And Wisdom also is if you're not a cleric, and then Intelligence is useless if you're not a mage. Man, I haven't had a single 18 yet. I may just have to settle for a 17 then. My eyes are almost going buggy trying to watch this so closely. I know they can have 18 wisdom. Maybe I'm taking the wrong approach. Well, yeah, you pick that. You pick the class first, so you're stuck. At least in Wizardry, like 6 and 7, when you're rolling, you get to choose your class after the roll, which is a lot better because then you're not, if you end up getting a really good roll for like a thief or something, then you can just make it a thief. But this, you're really stuck. Your race and class is locked in. Come on, give me a 17 at least. I just can't believe I haven't had a single 18 wisdom. And actually, I haven't had many 18s on anything really. Was this edition where strength had 18? Yes, it is. Yep. If you're a fighter class and you get 18 strength, then you can go, depending on your race, it can go all the way up to 00, which means 100, which I thought was kind of goofy. It's weird that it only applied to fighters too. All other classes can only max out with just a normal 18 strength. Oh, come on, cleric. Okay, I'm going to keep this. 17 wisdom, 18 strength, 15 dexterity, so it lowers his armor class by 1. His constitution's not great, but that's okay. And his hit points are 8. That's pretty good. Yes, we're keeping. Alright, let's name this guy Victor. We need a cleric. That's a good cleric. Let's do a weapon. He had a mace and a shield. You don't have to match it up, obviously, but it's kind of fun doing that. That's a hammer and a shield. That's probably as good as it's going to get. No, there's a mace, I think. It's either an axe or a mace. It's kind of hard to tell, but... Okay, now do color. His hair was like black. His body kind of had like... It seems like it was red and gray, wasn't it? You can't really see his legs, so we'll just... kind of match it. Shield. Let's see if we can make it gray on the inside. Make the outside black. Shield. The only problem with gray is it blends in when you select the icon like that. Okay, we'll do that dark gray like that. Hey Ilker, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, the 18 was a strange idea. It really was. I mean, I'm sure it had something to do with the dice. You know, you'd have 3 6-sided dice, but because your stats can go from 3 to 18. It was all dice driven, you know, because it was a real tabletop game. Yeah, because you'd pretty much play humanoids. So that's why human maxed out around 18. Ogres actually have 1800 strength. So a human can technically be as strong as an ogre. And then hill giants had 19. And then I think it was frost giants 20. Or maybe stone giants 20, frost giants 21. Then fire giants. Storm giants. I'm not sure. I thought theirs was 25, but maybe that's just God strength. 25 I know is the absolute highest. Anytime played late D.W. Bradley's Dungeon Lords? No, I have not, but I would love to. I'm going to have to check that out. Ilker says someone should remake the Gold Box games to bring them to a new audience. Yeah, I haven't played Wizards and Warriors nor Dungeon Lords, but Bradley's a genius in my mind, so I definitely want to play both. Glad you're fine, Ilker. Yeah, I know my streams are too late for you. Sorry about that. Yep, we're doing well here. Okay. Let's see. So I think that's good enough for him. Now we're going to start creating all the fighters and multi-class. The casters are the only one I'm worried about maxing out level in case I transfer them. The others, I'm fine with multi-class. Now elves are good because they do have some downfall. The downfall is they cannot be resurrected. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you cannot raise dead on an elf. But they are immune to charm and sleep. And I think maybe even hold. I'm not 100% sure about that. They either have a really high hold resistant or they're immune to it. So I'm going to do some multi-class. That's really good. And I think I want maybe a fighter thief here. Could do fighter magic user thief, but then their hit points really suffer. I think I'll do a fighter thief. Okay, and then we'll make them true neutral. So now we're looking for high dexterity and high strength. Constitution would be a +2, but that's not mandatory. Most of the thieves, when they're multi-class, can still go unlimited level, or at least really high level. So the thieves are the exception. That's really good strength for an elf. I think they max out at either 1850 or 1875. Human can be as weak as 3 or strong as 1800. Yeah. Yeah, but the hill giant's 1 point stronger. Yeah, they make a huge range with humans. Oh, Lordo says DL is not actually that good of a game. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Wizards and Warriors was better than Wizardry 8, to be honest, just because Bradley's an amazing designer. I mean, Wizardry 8 is probably my favorite RPG of all time, but I haven't played Wizards and Warriors, and it wouldn't surprise me if he actually topped it. True neutral, unlike those fake neutrals. Yeah. Yeah. Less random encounters. Okay, let's shoot for 18 dexterity. I think, yeah, elves can even have 19, I think. I'm not 100% sure that. It's been so long since I've played, but... That's way too low of dexterity. We need at least 18 dexterity and at least 18 something strength. That's what I'm shooting for. So right now I'm looking at dexterity. Because this guy is going to get into combat pretty heavily, and he's going to backstab. So I want him to be fairly tough. Man, that's 18 dexterity, but that strength sucks. And you have to have only leather armor equipped, even though you're a fighter thief, or you can't backstab. Darn it. That's probably going to be a hard combo. Oh, I got good strength, but then the dexterity was bad. But this will be my only thief, so I have to get good dexterity. I don't like wasting a whole character on just being a thief. Because thieves aren't that critical in the game. Especially once you have a mage that gets knock-knock. Oh, hey, Gamerlon. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Have you played Pools of Radiance? Pool of Radiance, Lonnie? Come on, dexterity, 18. You're doing fine? Good. I don't think it lets you share links. I think when you try to post them, they don't go anywhere. You could try to spell it out if you wanted to. Or just tell them what to search on a search engine. Oh, wow. I have to keep this. Oh, but the hit points is only 5. Oh, that's such good strength. Five hit points. That's awful for a fighter thief. Because thieves get 1d6, so they can have up to 6. And fighters get 1d10, so they can have up to 10. And you split down the middle. So 5 hit points is crappy, but yeah, I'm not gonna take it. That just sucks. It wasn't 18 dexterity either. You just started to play it? Cool. I hope you have fun with it, Lonnie. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You played this back in the day on your Apple II, huh? That's cool. And you're still playing? Well, yeah, I'm playing it on the PC, so I don't know which version would be better because I've never played the Apple II version. Ilker says look up Felipe Pepe on Twitter then. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm trying not to... I'm not going to use the modify to cheat my characters up. I'm just taking whatever I can get. I'm just trying to get good rolls. I need at least a 17 dexterity on this fighter thief and at least 18 strength. Otherwise, I'm not taking it. Oh, not good enough. You got the GOG version? That's cool. Yeah, this is the original, believe it or not, from floppy diskettes. It has been cracked, though, so I can bypass the copy protection wheel, which I still have, but it's just a nuisance getting that out. Yeah, this came on 5 1/4 inch floppy diskettes. I extracted it to a CD a long time ago before the diskettes went bad. Gosh, 16 dexterity. It's just not good enough for a thief since this is going to be my only thief. Oh, good dexterity, bad strength. Wow, that's hard to get an 18. Especially 2. Just does not want to give me a high strength with the dexterity. Yeah, the copy protection mechanism, it was very effective because you really had no way of copying it, you know, because the combinations were so high. You couldn't just take it to a copying machine because it was a wheel. I don't know if this was the first game that ever used one or not. It was the first one that I had that used it. But I don't know if another game used the wheel mechanism before this. This came out in '88 on the PC. Oh, come on. Any minute now. Yeah, the wheel. They were so pointless. People always managed to bypass those. Yeah, people would hack the game itself. Yeah, you did have to. The wheel was you had to flip it around. It wasn't a manual. The manual was a lot easier to get by because you could just copy it. Hey, Shot, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Long time no see. He says it's not Pool of Radiance without a guy's face with a woman's boobs. That's funny. Or the codes were printed very faintly. Yeah. Wizardry, was it 5 or 6? I can't remember now. They did that. It was like a really dark maroon with black text on it. Oh, that's really good strength again. I'm just going to keep it. I know that's really bad dexterity for a thief. 16, but I'm tired of trying that. Okay, so we'll make this guy... let's give him a name that's appropriate, showing that he's strong, but he's not a very good thief. We're going to call him Fumbler. Let's use that face. Because he kind of looks overexcited, doesn't he? So that goes with Fumbler. The portraits, you're so limited with choice. It's got to be that one. Yeah, the wheel was pretty intricate. Ryan said, was there a game that used a piece of red transparent plastic that you hold up to a book or something? That's a good question. I think some hint manuals did that. I don't personally remember playing a game that to get into the game you had to do that, but I remember some of the hint manuals had something like that. Clue books, basically. Shot says he likes Civilization's copy protection inside of the 150-page manual were pictures to guide you toward an invention. So, honey, what should we call him? Fumbler. Yeah. Yeah, and some copy protection, I think it might have been Wizardry 5. That was a bootloader, so it wasn't even a DOS game technically. It ran on the PC, but you had to have the floppy diskette to boot it because it had its own loader. They purposely put a bad track on the disk, like physically. I don't know if they physically damaged it or made the magnetism not work properly there or something, but it would look for that bad track. So if you copied the diskette, it would not play because it would have a valid sector there. So that was a pretty inventive copy protection mechanism. But of course, you're screwed if your floppy diskette dies because you can't do anything about it. Okay, this is Fumbler, so let's do his weapon. He'll be a backstabber like that. He had blonde hair. I'm actually fine with the rest of that. We'll keep that. Shot says once you did like 2 or 3 times entering the AD time period, it stopped, assuming you had the game by that point. Imagine rolling a fighter thief with those stats on a tabletop D&D. Yeah, that's true. Shot said they did that all the time on the Omega bad tracks. It had to get a special program that would copy the defect. That's funny. So it purposely screwed up the sector. I don't know if that would have worked actually for DOS though. Maybe it would on Amiga, but I think they actually, like, it was physically damaged. Like, it would try to write to that sector. That was part of the copy protection, and if it failed to write to it, then it wouldn't work. So even if you had something that copied the bad sector, that wouldn't do any good for you. Okay, let's see. What do I have? We have the magic user, the cleric, and the fighter. Okay, fighter thief. So now I'm going to make a dwarf fighter just so I can show you guys later that you can get regeneration in this game without cheating. And I talked about this when I think when I reviewed this, and there were some people that didn't believe me, and that's fine. But no, I have successfully done this several times, at least on the PC version. So I'm going to show it on, but you have to have a dwarf or a halfling. It would work with a halfling because they both can have 19 constitution. So we got to get 19 constitution here. And then later on in the game, I'll show you the trick if you don't know it already. You made a character named Item Holder. You know, I think someone else did that because this is like I said, a cracked version of the game. And so they probably use that to cheat. Like, it's real easy to cheat in this game just by the design, where you can copy items and stuff and get tons of money. I'm not going to do any of that, but that's probably what that was whoever cracked the game put those characters in there. Yeah, he's called Item Holder. Okay, so now we got to try for 19 constitution. There's 18. Oh man, that would have been so good if he had 19 there. That's probably going to be really hard to get because it's just like rolling an 18. Hey, El, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, SSI game. Shad says, whoever wants tons of money in this game, there's nothing to buy. Yeah, this game has the worst. All the gold box games have the worst economy. Once you've played for a few hours and you found some magic equipment, economy's ruined just because of the amount of gold you get. You spend a lot of your gold in the beginning with training, because to level up you have to train. But once you get about midway into the game, it's just ridiculous how much gold you have. So far I haven't got a single 19. Ryan says, have I tried Unlimited Adventures? Yes, I actually did a review on that on my channel here. Yep. Hey, Mr. Impossible, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Good thing treasure gives experience. Yeah, it does. You get more experience in this game from treasure than you do from killing monsters. My review on this game that I did probably 10 years ago, I talk about that. That's just goofy. Come on, 19. Give it to me. I haven't had a single 19. I'm starting to wonder if you can't get a 19 with a roll. Maybe you have to actually do a modify to get that. Because I haven't seen one. I've seen 18s. See, there's an 18. Oh man, that'd be so good. Look at that. Oh, sure, Randall. Shot says Might and Magic was so much better with the way you use your money. Absolutely. So was Wizardry. Was that one of my early multi-part reviews? Yes. YouTube used to make it where I've been on YouTube so long, you guys. They used to force your videos to only be 10 minutes. That was like 10 years ago. And so some of my early videos I had to split up into like 5 videos. So when I did Pool of Radiance, I did a review, but it was also like a partial walkthrough. That was, I think, the only game that I reviewed that I also did a partial walkthrough on. Like, yeah, it was because I was just getting started and I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go with my reviews. So that's a pretty long one for the earlier days. No, AD&D is not capped at 18. It caps at 25 depending on the race of the creature. For humans, it's 18. Oh, okay, guys. I am going to cheat and bump this Constitution to 19. Only so that I can show you later the regeneration. Because it doesn't look like it's going to give me a 19. And it's not cheating from the rules perspective. Because dwarves can have 19 Constitution on in AD&D, 2nd edition and earlier. So let's call him Bubba. And let's give him a nice dwarf head there. Let's make him bare-chested too while we're at it. Okay, color, body. And then we'll do arms. And then we'll do, he has to have some white chest hair because he had white hair. And his legs. There we go. Okay, so now we need to do his hair. First color, hair. It's white. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and modify him so we can at least get the 19. What? That, I know they can have 19 Constitution. What the heck is this? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was hitting page up. You have to hit the right. Yeah, so see, max is at 19. The lowest Constitution they can have is 12. But for some reason, it won't roll to the 19. I don't know why. But we'll leave everything else the same. Okay. Let's see. You should do a run where all you look for is high starting gold. Ignore stats. That'd be hilarious. There were certainly several items that knocked up stats a bit. He looks like a Bubba. Yeah, he does. Way to make Sean Connery. That's funny. All right, so we have 2 more characters. So I'm going to make another multi-class. This time we're going to do a half-elf. And we're going to make a crazy one here. It's going to be a cleric, fighter, magic user. This guy will take forever to level up, but he'll have lots of spells and be able to wear stuff that you can't normally wear. And use weapons, so that's going to be cool. Alright, let's make him lawful good again, because he's a cleric partially. That's great strength, but the intelligence and wisdom's not very good. On this one, I'm going to focus on strength first and make sure it has at least 18 something, and then we'll look at intelligence and wisdom. Oh, that's great wisdom, but the intelligence is too low. The pre-bard bard. Yeah. They actually, in this game, if you hex edit, I've talked about this on one of my hex editing videos, you can produce a monk and a druid. I don't think they had the bard though. And it seems like they're just kind of treated like a rogue pretty much, with hit points and stuff. And the druid doesn't get any spells. At least I don't think they did. But they were planning to have it, but they just, I guess, ran out of time or just never fully implemented it. But yeah, you can hex edit yourself to actually be that class. Man, that's pretty good, but it's not. I don't think any of those are high enough to actually give any stat bonuses. Wow, okay. Yeah, we'll keep this one. 4 hit points. Oh, 4 hit points. That's so bad. I just can't keep that. That's way too low for this type of character. He would die so quickly. There we go. This is it. 8 hit points, 17 intelligence, 15 wisdom. Okay, that's pretty darn good. Do these work in Pool of Radiance? Are you talking about the classes? Yes, that's what I hex edited. You can make a monk. You can make yourself into a monk or a druid. But they don't really function like anything. They're just basically like a generic kind of like thief, really. Like a D6 hit die, I think, and they just don't really have anything special from what I remember. They don't get all the special benefits. All right, so this guy, he can do a lot. Let's call him Jack because he's a jack of all trades. So what are we going to use? I don't want to use the same one. We'll use him. Body. Let's use that one. Then weapon. Let's give him a flail. I'm always a fan of flails. Not the most practical weapon, but they're really cool. Let's see, hair. He had white hair also, I think, didn't he? Then we'll do... legs. That's pretty cool. We got one more. Kimberlan says may as well pick a druid. Shot says he watched someone play a mage through 3 games, always getting the worst roll possible on hit point. He had like 14 hit points. Yeah, that's awful. Oh, mages. That's so bad. Okay, Gabriel, it's good seeing you. I hope you stay safe as well. All right, so we get one more. So let's see. We have 2 clerics and 2 mages because of that single guy. We have a fighter thief and we have a fighter. We still need another. Well, the other is a fighter too, technically, but I feel like I need another good fighter. Let's just make a human fighter. We're going to do male, not female, because the females do get impacted. Their strength get impacted a lot. And we'll just make this guy neutral. Chaotic neutral. It means he's just in it for himself, I think. Okay. Let's see if we can get a really high strength. Strength and constitution. Dexterity, of course, too, because of armor class, but do I have a thief yet? I have not an individual thief, I have a fighter thief. I don't want to dedicate an entire character to just a thief. So I made a fighter thief. Thieves aren't really limited level-wise too much, being multi-class. The fighter part of him will be, but not the thief. And in this game, you're not really limited much at all, but like I said earlier, if you go to transfer him to Curse of the Azure Bonds, then you'll be stuck with those level limits. Wow, that's really high strength. Dexterity and constitution is not good enough, though. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. Alright, so let's name this guy. Lars. Body. Guess we'll keep that. We'll keep the head. We'll do hair. He almost kind of had an afro. Let's do. Is there bigger hair? That just doesn't look like what it was. I guess I'll use that, but it doesn't really match it. Thieves also lazy or level up crazy fast. Yeah, they do. No, it is not okay. Parts. Weapon. Okay, and then we'll do color. I just realized I didn't make the dwarf's icon smaller. I think I can change it in game though. Alright, we have our party. So let's do Victor up front. No, not Victor. Is he the one? No, he's the cleric. Bubba. Yeah, he's got 10 hit points. Then Lars. Then Fumbler. Victor, Jack. Fumbler's only got 6 hit points. Well, I'll alter the order. And my mage, yeah, has 3 hit points. Oh, that's so bad. She's going to get destroyed from just 1 hit. She does have 7 armor class at least. Save the game. Okay, let's begin adventuring. Here we get to meet Rolf. Greetings, courageous ones. I am Rolf, appointed by the council to produce newcomers, or to introduce newcomers to the fair city of Flan. If you will accompany me, I will start the tour. Okay. Show us the way, Rolf. Chat says the Kryn line of games was insane with the leveling. It's coming out of the first dungeon with level 3 or 4 characters. It spells like haste. I never used haste because it aged you. I hated that. You now face an entrance to the Temple of Tyr. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm just going to call it Tyr. There are 3 temples in Flan: Tyr's, Soon's, and Tempus. Tyr's is the latest and houses Bishop Braccio. If you will turn around now. Getting haste immediately must have been nice, Mr. Impossible said. Yeah, but man, it would age you every time you used it. You'd be dead in no time unless you were like an elf. Okay. I'm not going to read all the text. Behind these doors are the special training schools. Yep. You can also fight a clone, which I always thought was so cheesy. I mean, he had the exact same thing as you. That was just, what were they thinking? That was just kind of dumb. I mean, I know we're in like an adventure world and in a magical world, but to have an identical clone that has everything the same items, yeah, I don't get it. Only a year. Oh, so you use it selectively in battles. Yeah. Maybe 10 battles. Or you'd use it, something like that. Yeah, I never found it that useful because of that. Like, you couldn't use it all the time. Whereas, like, Stinking Cloud, you know, that's overpowered. And, of course, Sleep, Hold Person, Hold Monster. Well, Hold Monster didn't exist in this version. That was in Curse of the Azure Bonds. Okay, we don't want to go in here yet, because we will get destroyed. We need to get spells memorized and I need to speed up these messages too. Let's alter the order. Okay. Because, yeah, I don't think you start with anything, if I remember right. Yep. Alright, it is cool. You get to buy whatever you want. And I love the variety. I was always such a sucker for the variety of polearms. Now, he has high strength. Let's see. I think two-handed swords are expensive. Yeah, they're 30. Halberds are a lot cheaper. They're not quite as good against large monsters, but they're pretty darn good, and they're a lot cheaper. And then let's do banded mail for him. His armor class is terrible. He won't be able to use a shield, but now his armor class is 4. Now this is... Oh, he's also a regular fighter. Okay. So let's do... I'm going to do a Morning Star and a shield. And banded mail again. I like the Morning Star because it does 2d4, so it does a little less, but you're guaranteed that 2 damage. Okay, and it's one-handed, and his armor class is 1. The mage... Doesn't really matter. She's never really going to attack, but we'll get her a quarterstaff. Where are they? Fumbler. Now he's the fighter thief, so I need to only buy leather armor. Because I don't think he can backstab if you have heavier than that. But I'm pretty sure he can use a shield and still backstab. And we'll get him a long sword probably. Armor class 5, yeah, it's not awesome, but it's not too bad. What's his strength again? Yeah, he has high strength, so his backstab should do a lot. Hey, Rod, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, in the gold box games, no, old mages don't have more spell points. There's no spell points in this game. It's only memorized spells. You get to memorize a spell so many times, and there really isn't spell points. Yeah, this is full AD&D game. Yep, this is Pool of Radiance, the first gold box game. Alright, so let's see. Victor, he's the cleric. So let's buy him... Morning Star, shield, and banded mail. Wrong class. Oh, he can't use a Morning Star? It's blunt. He's stuck with a mace? I mean, maces are also jagged. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Because maces, you know, they can have flanges on them that are spiked pretty much just like a Morning Star, but oh well. I think the AD&D Morning Star might have been more like a flail. I don't know that for sure, but he has his armor. So now we got this guy, fighter, cleric, magic user. Now, I don't know if you can cast mage spells with armor on. For some reason, I don't think you can. With metal armor, I think. I just don't remember for sure. Seems like when you go to cast a spell, it won't work, and you have to unequip it. So maybe what I'll do is buy him some banded mail. We'll try it out. And then if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. Okay. I think we're in pretty good shape then. Let me see how much money I have. Yeah, not much. I spent pretty much all of it. Oh, did I buy him armor? Oh, I was looking at hit points. Okay. Yeah, armor class. Not bad, not bad. Oh, you're thinking of Might and Magic. Gotcha. Let's see. I'm glad you're good, Rod. You're reading Dungeon Magazine the other night. Oh, that's cool. How much time have I played this campaign? I just started it today. Just started it. Alright, we gotta get sleep. Victor, he's my main cleric. Let's get Bless. Cure. And now here's my cleric and magic user. Let's do Cure, Curse, Detect Magic, and then another Sleep. Save the game. Okay, now we're ready to get our first quests signed. City Hall. Shot says he loved how certain bad effects gave you benefits in Might and Magic. Insanity will knock down several of your stats, but increase might. Ah, yeah. So it's kind of like a berserk. Okay, clear the slums. That's always the first one. Sokol Keep. There's no way we could clear that. And there's no way we can get to this without clearing Sokol Keep. So it's the slums first. Here we go. You have to fight so many random encounters to clear this area. Plus you have to do some set encounters. Now you're going to see the power of sleep. Let me see, do I have sound off? There we go, I had my sound off. I should have cast Bless before combat. Because I think when you cast Bless and you're standing right next to someone, I don't think it works. Like, I don't think that person gets blessed. Is that true? Let me try it. My memory's a little old on that. The overpowered sleep. Miss. It's just going to be a miss fest. I'm going to cast it right here and see if it affects all of these guys. Nope. So my memory was right, unfortunately. I don't have any ranged weapons. Start killing these that are asleep before they wake up. That one surrendered. Yeah, it'd be so much harder without sleep. 33 whole experience points. The more important spell in this game earlier than sleep. That's so true. Are the quests in this game always the same? Yes, but they are randomized a little bit, like when you receive them. And there are random areas. They're not really related to the quests, but the exact quests you end up getting assigned to you are the same. Now we're going to start taking all this stuff and selling it. And cool, I got my ranged weapons without having to buy them. Let's see, he can use a long... Well, maybe. Yeah, he's a fighter. Yeah, he can use a longbow. And then the first guy needs one, but he can't pick it up right now. All right. You can't venture in too far when your sleeps are used up. Shot says the Gold Box games had the most strategic combat in CRPG history in his opinion. Tedious at times, but like chess. Hey, Christopher, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? It's one of your favorites, huh? That's cool. Rod says, are there many games based on the D&D system that weren't official? I don't think so. I do not think so. No, this is the original Pool of Radiance from the floppy diskettes. Rod says not made an agreement with TSR that don't have... I don't think so. I can't think of any. They'd probably be afraid of getting sued. Okay, let's buy some arrows real quick. And the magic user can use darts. And clerics can actually use flasks of oil. They're not sold here. I'll show you where they're sold. In one of the general stores. So it's not this one. Here we go. So clerics can use this actually. Oh, this is the silver shop. No, we don't want that. Those do damage against, here we go. Those do damage against undead. Some undead. We'll give these, oops, to Victor. If I remember right, I think you might get your strength bonus. Let me look with flasks of oil. So he get 2 extra damage. Let me see if... Nope, 2d6, okay. I don't know what I'm thinking of then. Was it dexterity bonus? Dexterity's only 16. No? Oh, maybe it's the... Oh, I know what it is. You get your Thaco bonus. Yeah, it's a bonus to Thaco. Here's the other thing that I discovered, which is insane. I bet some of you guys don't know this, and you've probably played this for years. This will be a cool treat for you. You can buy... I have to go back to the weapon shop. You normally cannot use a thrown weapon or ranged weapon standing right next to the enemy, but you can with hammers. You can throw them at someone else when you're standing right next to an enemy. Okay. Yeah, there's way more games published now. We're really fortunate. Oh, surprise. That's never good. Jack already goes down. You have to bandage him. And she's already down. Those were both my sleep casters, I think. Yeah, they were. So I can't use sleep this battle. It's just ridiculous how weak you are in the beginning. Yeah, look at that. When you level 1, you're done. You're gonna die so easily. Once you get to level 2, finally you're not gonna die super easy. Yeah, this will be a reload. Because you just can't hit the enemy, and they seem to bell hit you pretty easily. Have to bandage too, otherwise the characters will die. Yeah, the Dragonlance games do have the Hoopak, you're right. Kender can use. In Curse of the Azure Bonds, they finally introduced the staff sling, which clerics can use. There we go. There's our first death due to being surprised, which is nothing you can do about, and being level 1. Oh, I didn't cure that guy. Just do it the lazy way. They introduced the fix command on Curse of the Azure Bonds, which was great. So you don't have to cast all your spells to heal manually. We surprised them finally. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, see, I'm not able to cast. I think it's Jack. He's not able to cast. Because this is the fighter thief. Now he can. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, he can. What kind of armor do I have? Wow. Let me try it. I didn't think you could cast mage spells while you're wearing metal armor. Yes, you can. Maybe in the actual tabletop game you can't. Like the real rules. But that's pretty sweet. So I'll go back and rest. This game was do a battle, run back town. Yep, it really is. Once you get to level 2, you can venture out a little bit more. Rod says, which edition of D&D do you like the most to play with friends? Are you talking about like which world? Like Dragonlance versus Greyhawk, Forgotten Realms? Or are you talking about the version? Oh, the version. I've only played first and second edition, and then I stopped. So I have no experience playing any of the other versions. It just was too limited for me. I'm playing games and my wife's over here working and cleaning and doing all kinds of chores around the house while I'm having fun. I quit because I made my own system. I just didn't really like the rules of D&D. It seemed very limited to me, and I wanted to make something better. So that's why I quit D&D. I actually took ideas I had got from other real RPGs that were computer games and integrated them into my system so that I had a more... Oh, we gotta wait. Gotta wait until morning, otherwise we'll be breaking in. Like with hit areas and that kind of stuff. More classes, like in Wizardry 6. Classes and races and... Yeah, the dice rolling. I hear you, Christopher. It did become a pain, didn't it? Plus, I'm not a big fan of luck, and obviously dice has a lot of luck. That's all it is. So I'm just not a big fan of that. We still have nowhere near the experience to level up. 95 experience. I think fighters need like probably 1250 or 1500 or something, maybe even more than that. If I can venture to the other side, I can find magic items, and then that may give me the experience. We can try that. You can't find a full group to play with at your university, otherwise you'd love to play. Yeah, I don't know if people do that kind of thing anymore, at least in our area. D&D rules are extremely limiting toward computers, yeah. More about the storytelling, yep. Christopher says if he just wants to smash monsters, he'd play Descent of Shadows of Brimstone. Yeah, I had a few people I played with in high school, but then that was it. Once we got to college, we didn't really do it anymore. In fact, one of the guys on the stream sometimes, Eric, he was one of the players. Yeah, the battles in these gold box games just become so tedious. That's my biggest complaint. Later on they get more fun when you're fighting things that are more challenging, but this is just like, haul more stuff back to town, make some more money. It's a lot of grinding. But it doesn't mean it's not a great game, because it is. Especially for the time. Some games just start out slower. Let's do the lazy rest. I think a lot of people would actually like playing role-playing. Even some women, I think, would like it because there's this big social aspect to it. A lot of people have never been introduced, and in my day it was considered to be nerdy, but I don't think that's the case anymore. So I think you probably could find people. It's just probably not going to be easy. Yeah, tabletop RPGs are really, for most people, very complicated and just too much for them. If you start with something like a complex strategy game or kind of work up toward it, then maybe they would get interested. Christopher says the TV show Stranger Things drove the value copy of his old D&D books through the roof. That's funny. And funded your purchase of Shadows of Brimstone. Mr. Impossible says it's basically adults playing pretend with toys. Yeah, the role-playing aspect, I think, is what's fun for some people. I thought Jack was half elf, so I guess they're just resistant to sleep. Because he just fell asleep. There they go, surrendering again. I just barely got through the door there and got attacked. Some people feel awkward playing nerdy games. Rod says, yeah, they do. It's definitely not for everyone. That's for sure. And it depends on who you have in your group. I mean, to be honest, some people are real nerdy and just like over the top, you know. And that would put people off if they get like too into it, where they're taking it too seriously. I mean, I think especially women, they would be turned off by that. So you just have to kind of be careful with who you have in your group, probably. Yeah, we probably do, Rod. In the USA, have more people interested in gaming than over in Argentina. Okay, I'll go for it. You should. Download it all and play it again. Bye. Okay, I have all my stuff sold. What's my experience looking like? 150. What's funny is the multi-class characters, it basically divides your experience. So see, he only has 46, whereas the others have 150. So that's going to take forever for him to level up. So if you have 3 classes, it just divides whatever you get by 3. Wow, again. This time they surprised me. Oh boy. It's gonna be death again. There goes my mage. The 3 hit point mage taken out by a single arrow. It's ridiculous. And did Jack just get it? No, he got it. Okay. But because of that, can't use spells. Let's throw a flask of oil. I get 1 sleep before I die. So let's hit right there. What's next, Wizard's Crown? No, I don't plan on playing Wizard's Crown anytime soon. That takes a lot more commitment. I might do Darklands though. I did that one time on a stream and I might continue it. No one to bandage because he took the exact damage he needed to just fall unconscious. Magic Candle? No, I just finished a review on that several months ago, and I am not going to play that game for a really long time. That review took me forever to do, so I got completely burned out on it. It's a good game, but yeah, I'm nowhere near wanting to play that anytime soon. Hopefully you saw my review on it. I like games that are challenging, like not stupid, unlucky challenging. Like that's why I like Wizardry 8 so much. The monsters get more difficult as you level up, and it's a lot more tactical, and it's not just tedious. I'm not a fan of a lot of tedium, and Magic Candle has quite a bit of tedium in it. Having to grind for potions and all the different salves and that kind of stuff. So okay, let's be lazy and not cast cure spells. It's one of the most obtuse games you ever tried to play. Yeah. Now, Ultima 6, I'd stream that. I played it on my Patreon account, but yeah, that's another one I would potentially do. Al says he just started to play the public server of Warhammer, Return of Reckoning. They did a great job, and it's completely free. That's cool. Are there ads? Is that how they're covering their costs? Or was it funded by, like, creation, was that funded by crowdsourcing, like Kickstarter or something. Is it donations then, like Patreon, where you can support the developers on there or something? Because somebody's got to be paying for the server. Otherwise it would cost them money. Christopher says Ultima 6 gets so much love, but you like 7 better. Completely and totally. Shot says he's the only one that liked Ultima 9 the most. Never played 9. Yeah, like I missed Ultima Online. It looked like would be so fun, but I missed all that because I was in college, and actually I might have been out of college by the time that came around, and I just didn't have time to get into that. I think a big part of why people like certain games is nostalgia, and people love playing certain games, even if they're not really that good of games. And I try to be very objective because I review games. Here we go. This is the experience I was telling you about, where you can get some good treasure. Oh, that's the magic. That's what I get. A short bow and 20 arrows. That's lame. Oh, that's just lame. Out of all the things I could get, I get a magic short bow and 20 arrows. No Wizardry 8 today? Probably not. No, I played it yesterday and the day before. So I gotta have a balance. That's why I started this one. Christopher says Ultima Online is still alive and kicking, so is EverQuest. That's crazy. That's really cool. I'm surprised. I did play RuneScape for quite a while. When I say quite a while, I played it for like a year and a half. So I never was like, you know, complete expert at it, but I did play quite a bit. That was about the only online thing that I played pretty consistently. I'm not a fan in general of single character control. I like controlling multiple characters, getting variety. But everybody's different. Okay, wow, Lars is almost dead. Let's see, cast. That just healed 1 hit point. I think I can rest in here safely if I remember right. L says he likes Wizard's Crown and Bard's Tale mostly because of nostalgia. Rod says, does it take much time in this game till you get full best in slot gear like plate armor? No, you can buy like the best normal equipment really quickly in the game. But and then you start getting magic stuff pretty quickly too. And then you get to the point where you're just selling stuff because you have too much. That's the one bad thing about this game. Mr. Impossible says his grandpa still plays Ultima Online. He's in his 80s. That's cool. Lonnie says Leonardo Jones is playing Ultima 8 Pagan. Hey Saztam, welcome to the stream. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can make it back alive. I'm fighting all this because you got to kill random encounters anyway to clear it. So I may as well. I just realized I didn't give the dwarf a weapon. He's using the halberd and it looks like he's just punching the enemy. Let's see if I can change that. Let's have her ride out down there. Her 3 hit point self. Oh, the misses. It's painful. This is one of those games where you have to have an extreme amount of patience or you will hate it. And you have to be willing to accept terrible dice rolls. Good old random number generation. There we go. Retro Man Cave just put up a good interview with Richard Garriott. That's cool. Hey Stefano, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? He says one of the best RPGs ever made. And Christopher says Garriott is a weird cat. Yeah, his I did a review of Ultima 1 and 6 on my channel here, and the 1, if you have never played that and you haven't seen my review on that, you might want to, because that's that does show a little bit of his strangeness. You know his dad was an astronaut, right? Terrible heels. Wow, what in the world? Hey Jeremy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, I agree, Stefano. Plus not having the fix command. It'd be nice if it had the fix command like in Curse of the Azure Bonds. But yeah, the game world and the randomized areas, because there are some random like layers you'll run into, is probably the best in Pool of Radiance. Whew, okay, I made it out. Glad to hear that, Jeremy. Yeah, it's going well. I always laugh when people say something's free when you're usually paying for it somehow. If you're not paying for a product, either through advertisements or directly, or there's no donations, then you're probably paying for it with privacy. They're either stealing something from you, spying on you, or doing something like tracking your movements, or so they can get targeted ads to you from some other source. Because servers and things like that cost money to maintain. And I think a lot of people think things are free, and it's like, no, somebody's paying for that. And I always just try to look to see how. Like sometimes, like I said, it's just donations. Like they could have Patreon accounts, and people that are just generous donate, and it's enough for them to operate their servers. And or if they have like a paid version where you have a free account and then you could upgrade and they cover their costs that way. Like kind of get you addicted, and then you upgrade to the newer ones, but there really isn't much that's really free. It's 6 p.m. in Italy. Ah, I see. It's video poker for nerds. That's funny. I think I may have sold that short bow I found. But that's okay, because I probably got 1,000 gold from it if I did. If it was magical. That's the other thing this game lacks, is when you sell something, it doesn't stay in the shop. That's a bummer. Okay. How much do I have? So it costs 200 platinum to level up one character. So it looks like I could do 3 level ups once I get the experience there. Ooh, I have 1,500 now. That may be enough. I can't remember. I think that's what a fighter needs. Maybe a cleric. Let's give Victor. Let's see if he can train. Okay, cool. Let's save it. So he has 8 hit points. Let's see how many we get. 11. Okay. So clerics get 1d6, I think, or is it 1d8? Thieves get 1d6, I know for sure. I thought clerics might get an 8-sided die. I just can't remember now. Hey, Sir Percival, welcome to the stream. Yeah, missed quite a bit. But a lot of it was character creation too, though. Okay. So none of my other multi-class are anywhere near close enough. The mage doesn't have enough. fighters probably do. So let's go level them up. They must need 1750. Or I guess it could even be 2000. Rod says he rage quit after 3 drafts. That's funny. Yeah, not a big fan of luck. That's why I love strategy games. Is this my elf? No, he's human. Wow, 77 experience there. Oh, it's because there was a cleric scroll. That's funny. Victor, take it. I don't think there's anything magical in here, but let's search. Nope. Yep, you're right, Lonnie. Clerics can use any armor and shield. Yes, they're limited to blunt weapons. Which isn't really technically true because, you know, a mace is flanged. It's not really completely blunt. Maces would cause cutting damage too. But that's the D&D rules. They say it's blunt. Let's go memorize the spells again real quick. Cleric will get another one too. I guess another cure wounds. That's the other thing that's kind of awkward about D&D is some of the spells are useless compared to the others that are overpowered. Like nobody's gonna get cause light wounds or shocking grasp or burning hands compared to magic missile. Like magic missile never misses. I mean, it's just kind of goofy. And of course, being able to sleep an enemy and then throw a little bitty dart at them, and they could have 100 hit points, and you throw a dart at them and it kills them. That's just dumb. Look at a little potted flower there. You know, I have never seen that. Honestly, I have played this game so many times. I have never seen a potted flower on the background like that. That is crazy. Yeah, it does get boring when you just do the same things over and over. That's when you know it's not really a strategy-based RPG. You're just, yeah. But everybody's different. Everybody has their own opinion. Hey, Eric, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Were your ears ringing? I was just talking about you about a half hour ago. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great. I was talking about how you were in the RPG group that we had in high school. How we eventually switched over to using a system that I created instead of Dungeons and Dragons. It's because of D&D's limited rules. How are we doing? 1806. Okay, they may have enough. I just can't remember if it's 1750 or if it's 2000 experience. We'll find out. For a fighter. Good old days, yeah. Offload all of our junk. Still got to see what spells are on this cleric scroll. Okay. There's no bartering in the game. By the way, what version is Dungeons & Dragons on? I don't know, to be honest. I think 5th edition, but I'm not sure. I quit keeping track after the 2nd edition. Not enough, so it must be 2000 experience. We don't want to go to that Mace guy yet. Or not Mace. Mace is in the temple. There's like a wizard guy. Because I want to get his wand. He actually has a wand of magic missiles if you kill him. Instead of accepting his like bribe. Like you can bring him this bottle or something and he'll give you a reward, but you actually do better off if you kill him. You get a wand of magic missiles, which is worth a ridiculous amount of gold. Or it's just very useful. There goes my mage, my 3 hit point mage, going down from 1 hit from a little bitty kobold. Yeah, if I were going to recommend a gaming system for someone to play, I'd tell them to play Middle Earth. MERP, Middle Earth role playing. If you wanted to play one that was a lot more realistic and strategy and role playing oriented, and not as much BS as like Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, it's got so much more realism and roleplay to it. It's a lot of fun. They have critical hit tables, so instead of just like a normal critical hit where, oh, they're dead, you know, there's actually, depending on the types of weapons and the types of situations, different things will happen, and it's really descriptive, and so it is awesome. Yeah, GURPS was pretty good too, because it's generic. They've got, that'd probably be my second recommendation. Hey John, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, stream's probably going to have to end pretty soon, but I'm glad you made it. Yeah, as Eric said, Middle Earth had details out the wazoo. He thinks he still has some of those books. That's cool. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I have the 1st edition and the 2nd edition of MERP. It's a lot of fun. Hang on one second, guys. I'm gotta take a break here. Alright guys, I'm back. So we'll continue a little while longer. Probably not a whole lot longer, but we'll keep going for a while here. Let's see, let me check chat real quick. Yeah, I feel like out of all the systems that I've seen, and I have probably, gosh, I'd say 14 or 15 RPG systems, like the paper and pencil versions. The Middle-earth role-playing is the most detailed, the most realistic, and because of that, for me, the most fun. But everybody's different. Some people don't like, real complicated systems like that, and they want something simple like Dungeons and Dragons. Not that it's simple, but compared to others, it is. Okay. Shot says he doesn't think unconscious characters get experience. That's a good question. I think they do, Shot. We'll double check it. Well, you could be right, because here's Sasha with 1759, and I know she was unconscious at the end of one of the battles. Yeah, it looks like you're right. That's an interesting mechanic. It's like, yeah, you fought in the battle, but you got knocked out, so you don't get any experience. Yeah, that's why my RPG, Forteverse, I'm making experience be based on primarily what you do in, like, not even just battles, but what skills you use. If you're using skills that are related to your class, you get experience. Kind of like how Wasteland did it. If you've ever played Wasteland on the PC, you get experience for using skills and doing things according to your profession. And then you also get the experience also gets shared, but at a much lower level. So like if the whole party's there and present while something happens, they get a little bit of the experience, but the primary experience goes to the person that did the actual action. Because in that way, to me, it's a lot more realistic. And lazy characters that just sit back and do nothing, they're not going to get nearly as much. Yeah, no, I hear you, Rod. Yeah, that is what makes RPGs enjoyable. The non-computer type, because you're socializing. So yeah, you want it to be descriptive and seem like a whole world, and that you're role playing. I completely agree with you with that. And then like for computer games, you're not really socializing, so for me that's when it becomes more fun to have it more strategy and statistic oriented, because you're playing that by yourself. Unless you're doing a multiplayer game, then that's a different story. But then, since there isn't really any socializing, you need that logic and something challenging for you. I always thought this was interesting, that this woman's here in the middle of the slums. I will tell your fortune. Okay, fine, we'll pay. Blood and violence and writ boldly in your future. Look for friends where you expect enemies and enemies where you expect allies. We're not going to attack her. Yeah, that'd be bad. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Rod. Rolling the dice when they get in the way and wasting time. Yeah, that's no fun. But yeah, for pre-generation and things, this is going to be a tough battle. I only have one sleep. And Jack's already been hit, so he can't cast his... yeah, this is bad. Mage is in the way. But I can't get the mage close because what I'm going to have to do is move over here, delay, move her out of the way, then move the cleric back in. Bubba's already down to 4 hit points. I really need to silence these guys. Those orc leaders have a really high chance to hit. Even though casting here would get more frozen. Their armor class is 5, regular 6. That's cast right there. Oh, I didn't see there was an orc right there. That's funny. I didn't realize that that orc was standing right next to me. I was trying to move to come down here to attack. That was a bad deal. Okay, now we can get Bubba into position. He's not going to last long, though. This one's gonna not be sleeping much longer. I probably ought to just kill it now. There goes Bubba. Or no, it wasn't Bubba. That was Jack. Chances are I'm going to lose this. Yeah. Their Thaco's just too high. Too low, technically. My armor class sucks. What? They're surrendering. Oh, we just killed everybody. Let's go ahead and surrender. That's what you call artificial ignorance. Wow. Oh yeah, we're winning. We're going to destroy everybody. Good news is my mage will be able to level up now, because all my other party members were unconscious. Okay, let's see. Where am I here? Okay, let's see if we can make it back. Made it. Yeah, get wrecked by 15 orcs and then, oh, let's go ahead and surrender. They fear Bubba's muscular chest. That's funny. Shot says he loves Wasteland, so mad that never got that on the Amiga. It probably would have been a crappy port, Shot, where it had the exact same graphics on the Amiga, you know. Which would be awful for the Amiga, because the Amiga had great graphics. Rod says he needs a D&D. Oh, did Fumbler die? He's dead. I didn't bandage him. Ah, jeez. Way to go, Fumbler. Maybe I should just kill him and replace him, because he wasn't that great anyway. He'll lose a constitution point and he'll cost me tons of money. I think it costs like a ridiculous amount to resurrect or raise dead in these temples. We'll see. Like I said, he'll lose a constitution. Or is he elf? Oh, he's elf. Elf can't be raised. That's hilarious. I was just talking about that when I was creating the characters in the stream. I said, yeah, the bad thing about elves is you can't raise them from the dead. And he's the one that died that I didn't bandage. All right, buddy, you're gone. We'll have to create somebody new. First, let's sell all this junk. A lot of this is worth 0. Here's magic chainmail because it's worth 1750. So basically it'll be +1 chainmail, so it'll have the same armor class as banded mail. The only reason to keep it is my movement I think will be 12 instead of 9. Check. Yeah. So I think I will keep it because of that, because having an extra few movement points could make a big difference. If I get short on cash, I could always sell it, but... Oh, here's a magic flail. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, magic broadsword. So I'll be able to get some money off this. So I have 3 magic things here. These are +1. This must be +2 because it's 200. The way you can tell is by your Thaco. Let's give it to Victor. If his Thaco goes down by 2, then it's a +2. It only went down by 1, so it's only a +1. It may have some other properties, or the flail just may be worth more for some reason. We'll have him equip that, and then the broadsword. We'll go ahead and give those out, because having that 1 less Thaco is worth it. So 2d4 plus 4 is 18 Thaco. 2d4 plus 5, and then 17 Thaco. Okay. Alright, let's get the mage and fighter leveled up, and then we'll think about what to do about Fumbler. It seems like it's like 5,000 gold or something ridiculous to raise the dead. Hey, Mistiff, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Lenny says all his party members are human. Yeah, humans don't have a race level limit, which is great. But they have no special resistances either, which is bad. Alright, here we go. Wait, sit points are 10. 9. Okay, he got 9 bonus. That's pretty good. Oh, but he has 19 constitution. So, really, that probably wasn't a very good roll. That's probably like a 4. He probably rolled like a 4. Alright, now magic user. Oh, that's the thieves. She has 3 hit points. Let's see what she ends up with after this. 4. she got 1 hit point. Oh my gosh. 1 hit point. Level 2 character with 4 hit points. That's so bad. Oh my gosh. She can still get 1 hit killed by a kobold. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Hanging in made your characters in this game a couple weeks ago. Oh, okay, cool. It was good to see on here. Well, I'm playing. I'm laughing at the terrible hit points. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. That's how it goes, but it's just terrible. All right. So let's see how much it's gonna cost to raise Fumbler. If it'll even let, I don't think it will. Yeah, 5,500, and I still don't think it would even work. No way, Fumbler. I'm sorry, you're not worth it. So we're going to dump Fumbler. We'll create a character in here. Okay, here we go again. Would it be unethical if she got killed by mistake? Rod says. Yeah, you can reload. I'm trying to avoid that. Like unless the entire party gets killed. I know at some point I'll probably have to do it, but I already did when the whole party got killed by, what was it? Was it orcs? No, I don't think, I think it was goblins. It's going to be hard to get 18 dexterity and then 18 something strength. I could do a dwarf. Yeah, dwarf thieves aren't that good though. That's not bad. Yeah, let's keep that. Alright, so he's not as much of a fumbler. The other guy was. So let's call this guy Dirk. In honor of Dirk the Daring. Does anybody know who that's from? Where that's from? Okay. So let's temporarily remove Sasha, add Dirk, and then trade his stuff. See you later, buddy. Okay. Yeah, Sir Percival, you got it right. Dragon's Lair. Oh, Lonnie says no reloading without turning the game off. Yeah, you have to either quit the game, exit, and then reload, or yeah, it is a pain. It's being made into a feature film, really? So it's not like an animation? It's using Ryan Reynolds? That's weird. I knew that they were trying to work on I need to go memorize my spells. Trying to work on getting an animated movie. There was funding, a Kickstarter to get a pilot, just to, not even a pilot, but just to show what it would be like. And I know that was funded. And then the creator was trying to get someone to fund it. I'm going to do a double sleep here. Later on, I'll probably start doing magic missile, but let's see what those scrolls were. Keep forgetting to look at that. Cure light wounds. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Valkaran. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Instant reset moment. Well, you know, prior to the battle being over, that you're going to die. Time to hit the control delete. Yep. Unless you're on the Amiga. You can get Dragon's Lair Trilogy on GOG, Lonnie says. That's cool. I have two guys that look exactly the same. Look at that. Just their hair is different. I gotta change that. Ooh, the fighter can sweep now and hit 2 enemies. Well, when they're small. He can hit 2 small enemies. Which is different than a double attack. Is this worth it? I guess I do need the money. Okay, let's see if I can alter the icons here. So and then the dwarf, I wanted to give him a weapon. Okay, so this was the icon that... Wait a minute. Was that Jack? What? I am really confused. You guys saw that, right? Where my two characters, the icons, looked almost identical. Yet when I just went in to look at these icons, they looked different. It's like it was using the icon for the guy I dropped for Lars. Wow, I'm going to have to go back and watch once this is saved on YouTube and watch it, because that was really weird. I think that was a bug. Okay, let's see here. So he's already leveled up. He's getting close. He's not even close. Cleric's already leveled up. He just was created and she's already leveled up. No, I'm not using the gold box companion. This is the original from the floppy diskettes. And I don't think I have used it. No, because that was newer, and I had purchased all the games myself back in the day. So I didn't like buy them as a pack. You know, I had the originals. Valkaran says it makes reading dialogue a lot less of a hassle. 27 experience for all of those. That's crazy. And then you just stumble across treasure and you get 1100. It would be hilarious to... You could make like a... That'd be such a great parody. Where like we dress up, you get a group of friends together, you dress up in RPG stuff, like act like you're a ranger, act like you're a mage, and just you're kind of like wandering around a yard, like one of your yards, and one of you battles like a dragon or something, and you have an animation doing all that. Let's make it like a orc like that, and it's like you get 5 experience. Like you see a 5 go over his head. And then you're walking around and there's like just a sword laying on the ground, a magic sword. And you pick it up and you get 500 experience. And so all you do is just walk around looking for items. You find a nut, 10 experience. You find a log that is moldy, 20 experience. And you just start finding all this stupid stuff. That'd be hilarious. You find like a baseball cap and someone... like scribbled +1 on the top of it, and it gives you 1,000 experience. Meanwhile, your other friends are like battling enemies and getting nothing for it. Don't understand Gary Gygax. Lightning bolt. Yeah, who goes lightning bolt spell over the fireball spell in the gold box games? Like if you had a choice, fireball is almost always better. Not always, but almost always better. Yeah, use a trash can lid for a shield, yeah. I see. Yeah, these old games like this, it almost sounds like Unlimited Adventures, only it sounds like a different mechanism for modifying them. So this is the guy I told you about that. If you kill him, you can actually get his wand, which is a lot better than taking his reward. Let me see, I don't remember if he's talked to him first or if he just attacks. Talk. Yeah, he wants his potion. Accept. Okay. So the next time you talk to him, then bring back the potion, but then just attack him. Although now I would get my butt kicked in a big way trying that. Need to be much higher level. I think there's orcs in here. Everybody just falls asleep all the time. Wow, that's a lot of orcs. Oh, and it's those. Well, what I can do is, they have bows, but I can shoot them with my bows. Take them out after I put them to sleep here. It's funny that a flask of oil kills them even when they're asleep. Ah, there goes down my mage. That was a gamble. She's so bad. She had one sleep spell left too. That really sucks. Alright, now I'll bandage her. Take these out before they wake up. Oops, he's got this magic flail. Sasha's alive, but she went down. What keys am I using to move through the menus? It shows you the letter. See how, like, A is for aim? That's what I'm using. Then M is for manual, to choose where to make it go. And then T is for target. Know when you get the list. Oh, use page up and page down. If you're talking about a spell list. Page up and page down. At least on the number pad. All the others look like they woke up. Oh, here's one that hasn't. Oh, you have to get a different keyboard, yeah. Oh, there they go with their surrenders. That one didn't surrender. Only some of them are. That's quite bizarre. Okay, 118 experience for killing all those orcs. She was fully healed because she only has 4 hit points. Okay, let's make our way back. I do not want to go in that room yet. Made it back. Yeah, was Sasha really alive in the first place? That's a good point. Orcs are bad fighters. All this is normal. Okay. Alright guys, well, I think I'm gonna call it quits for now. That was fun. Getting back into the old AD&D and mix this in to the list. Still of course playing Wizardry 8 and some NES games, and I still have Might and Magic 4 and Fantasy 3 going on too. But sometimes I get a little tired of playing one, so then I switch to something else, but I'll come back to them. It's just I don't want to get burned out, so I have to keep different things going. So yeah, you guys, hope you have a great rest of your week, and if I don't see you soon, then I'll see you next time.